Different thing. Yeah, Shabbat's a little different. It's earlier. It's a little earlier, but yeah. My pleasure. Good to see you. There you are. Everybody take your places. Everybody outside, please come in. Wherever you are. Bart, Joanne. Les. Ellen. Shabbat Shalom. Huh? Oh, I didn't get our name tags. Table 2. What table are you on? All right, I'll take these later. All right, what time do we have? We're a little after 6 here. All right, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. I know we have a whole bunch of people waiting outside. Come on in. There we go. Sarah, Shabbat Shalom. Good to see you. Okay, everyone. Let's begin. Let's get into the mood of Shabbat and think above all of our blessings. Let me begin with this meditation, and we'll begin our service. You don't have this meditation with you. Source of all goodness, we're here to join in Shabbat worship. We again ask for your blessings. Grant us health, enough to perform our daily tasks. Wealth enough to answer our needs. And loads of compassion enough to feel the needs of others. Give us strength enough to recognize our faults. Wisdom enough to understand your Torah. Loyalty enough to discharge our duties. Courage enough to be true to the best within us. Charity enough to see always the best in others. Give us patience enough never to become discouraged, and hope enough to overcome all fears for the future. And faith, hope enough to feel your presence every moment, every day, especially when we're together. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please rise, Mara Win. Please come forward for the lighting of the Shabbat candles. Okay. Get you all set up here. We even have a new batch of, just in case. Oh, we're spoiling you. You've got the bottom there, but I'm going to let you do that because you're lighting them. I'm a good holder. There you go. You're welcome. Amen. You did it. Welcome back. You're healthy. Health is everything. Okay, yep, let me pick this up. Please be seated, everyone. Cantor Osterklein will lead us in our Kabbalat Shabbat, as I almost fell down the steps. We are using our Siddur tonight, and we are on page 10, Yedid Nefesh. Cantor?
Yedid Nefesh Avarachaman, Yedid Nefesh Avarachaman, Meshochaftach Eretz Onah.
Adonai, Retzonach.
Yarutz avdach kemo ayam yishtachaveh el mul hadarach ki erav lo yedidutach mino pesuf bechol tam Adonai zim haolam nafshi cholat avatach ana elna ripana Titrape v'haitalach shivchat olam v'tigemu rachamecha v'chuzna ben ohavach ki kama niksav mirot betiferet uzach ana Eli machmadi bi ushana be'alti talam Galena ufros chaviv alai et sukat shelomach ta'ir eretz mirvodach nagira enismecha Maher ahuv kiva omeid v'choneini kimei olam Yedinai nai 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 Yedinai nai 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 Yedinai nai 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 Yedinai nai nai Yedinai nai 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 Yedinai nai 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 Yedinai nai 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 Yedinai nai nai Yedinai nai 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 Yedinai nai 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 Yedinai nai 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 Yedinai nai nai Yedinai nai 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 Yedinai nai 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 Yedinai nai nai
This is a thought that struck my mind about how beautiful it is to be together with the world in flames and all those problems we deal with. And we create this beautiful space. And we say the world as it is not the way it should be, because we're determined to make it much better. That's what Shabbat is all about. At a time when Shabbat began, when in Babylonia they felt that anybody who worked less than 7 days a week throughout the week was a complete ingrate, a miserable human being. And the Jewish people taught the world that there's a part of our soul that needs nurturing, especially for those laborers and slavery, which was a part of the ancient world throughout. Dignity of all human life. It's good to remind ourselves what a gift Shabbat has been to all humanity, not only to the Jewish people. So we sing psalms in praise of life, creation. Page 11, the Chuna Ranana.
Ne'er Hanena Ladonai
Nari'a letzur
Ishenu Nekadma Fanav Betoda Bizmirot Nari'a Lo Nekadma Fanav Betoda Bizmirot Nari'a Lo Ki El Gadol Adonai Umelech Gadol Al Kol Elohim Asher Biyado Mekere Haaretz V'toaf Odarim Lo Asher Biyado Mekere Haaretz V'toaf Odarim Lo
Ki hu Eloheinu v'nachnu amarit v'tzon yado Al tikshat shedavav hem kim
Arba'im shana kul bedo V'amar am to'el levavim V'hem lo yad yudi ruchai Asher nishbati v'api im yevon el menuchati.
Page 13, Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash.
Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz Shiru Ladonai Baruchu Shemo Basreru miyom Miyom Yeshuato Sapru
Vagoyim
Kevodo Bechol Ha'amim Nivleotav Hi Gadol Adonai Umulal Me'od Norau Al Kol Elohim Ay Kol Elohim Ha'amim Medinim V'Adonai Shamayim Asa On Be'andar Lefanav
V'tiferet Mikdasho
Amul Adonai Mishpechot Amim Amul Adonai Kavod Baos
Avol Adonai Kevod Shemo
Zeu Mincha Uvod Lechatzvotav Ay Nay 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 Nay
Page 18, 3 lines from the top. Zamru Ladonai Bechinor.
Zameru Ladonai Bechinor Bechinor B'kol Zimra B'chatzotzrot B'kol Shofar הריעו לפני המלך אדוני.
ירם היום ומלואו, תבל ויושביה, נהרון ימחאו כף, יחד הרים ירננו. לפני אדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק בעמים בשערים. On page 19 from the Israeli Siddur, the bottom of the page, the left-hand column together. Blessed is your coming, Shabbat. Blessed is your coming. Bring with you rest and peace, following a tumultuous week filled with so many demands. Bring the space in which, with others and alone, we can shape an infinity of dreams. Bring the hour of forgiveness in which to hear the pounding heart of another human being. Blessed is your coming, Shabbat. Blessed is your Creator. Blessed is your light. Page 20, Romamu Adonai Eloheinu.
Romemu Adonai
Eloheinu v'ishtachavu
lehar kodsho. Romemu
Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh
Adonai
Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh
Adonai
Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh
Adonai
Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh
Adonai
Eloheinu romemu. Page 21 means Mola David.
Mizmor David Avul
Adonai b'nei Elim, Avul Adonai kavod
Ba'oz Avul Adonai
kevod Shemon,
Ishtachavu
Adonai behadrat kodesh, Ol Adonai amayim el hakavod irim.
Adonai
amayim rabim, Kol Adonai
Ba'koach
Kol Adonai be'adar, Kol Adonai shover arazim, vayeshaber Adonai et arzei halvanon, vayakidem kemo egel, Lebanon v'siryon,
Kemo ben Reimim. Kol Adonai kotzev la'avodesh, Kol Adonai yachil midbar, Yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai yechol ayalot, Vayechesov ye'arot, Uvehechalo kulo mekavon, Kulo omer, Kulo omer kavon. Adonai melech leolam. Adonai oz ve'amo yitein. Adonai yevarech et amo b'shalom.
Now, we're ready to welcome Shabbat, page 23, Lecha Dodi. First three and last stanza.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'diborecha ishmi'anu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad shemu tiferet ve'elitila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Yikrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor habiracha merosh mikedem nesucha so maaseh b'machshava tefila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Mikdash melech melucha gumitzei mitoch hafecha rav lach shevet be'emek haba. Ve'hu yachmod alaychem la. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha u'v'tzala tochen munei am segula. Boi chala boi chala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Please be seated. This is our moment to just turn to your neighbor, say Shabbat Shalom, and just raise your hands. We have a number of visitors and new members here. We're growing. And if you just show me your hands, see how many of you are visiting here for the first time as our guests. Of course, Bruce, I'll introduce you separately there. I think what we'll do, you're coming to the dinner later? No. So let's say hello to our guests here. I'll get to you in a minute. Let me start in the back here. Hey, that's right, Jewish Oprah here. That's me. Welcome. Nice to have you. Nice to see you. Could you introduce yourselves?
I'm Jim Benjamin from Stamford, Connecticut.
And you're visiting, or you live here now? Visiting. Welcome.
I'm Amy.
Nice together. Okay.
I'm Sharon Springer.
Also from Stamford?
No, we're from upstate New York, from Syracuse.
Oh.
But we're here for 3 months.
The weather's oh, you're here. Good. The weather's exactly the same as it is in upstate New York. Welcome. Hi. You want to say hello?
Hello, everybody. I'm Sheldon Apsell, and we're from Boston, Massachusetts. My wife, Paula.
Hi, I'm Paula Apsell, and we are new members.
Nice to have. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. And a whole bunch. Yes, Ed. Hi. You're old members. All right. Ed.
Hello, Ed Kowadler from Saratoga Springs, New York via Boston. And I'm here for 6 months snowbirding.
And we're old friends. we met in the parking lot about a month ago? More than that. 6 weeks ago? Yeah, a couple weeks ago. Welcome, welcome. So Ned's here, our membership chair. Let me come on over. Bruce, you're last, just so I'm not forgetting you.
I was here, Simcha.
Yeah, you've been here. And what's your name again?
Nicole Kane. It's nice to be here.
Nice to Nicole. Welcome.
Thank you.
Shabbat Sholom from all. Anybody else I missed? One more. Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like, remember the Donahue show? I feel like there's some, remember him? What was his name? Phil Donahue? Yeah. Wait, that was a long time ago. Please welcome your son.
Thank you. Hi, we're Susan and Neil, and we are from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh, we have a lot of Minnesotans. Nice to have you. Are you visiting or are you living here now?
Visiting.
Welcome. You're home here. Oh, and more. Okay.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Mark Soko, and my wife Jan Seidman, and my daughter Ilona. And
That's my daughter's name. You can't have
from Minneapolis.
Also, did you know each other?
We've just moved here. No.
You moved here. Welcome. It's your home. Nice to have you. Ilana, nice to. Are you visiting or are you visiting? Wonderful. That's my daughter. Spell it with an I or E? Same. Okay, good. The right spelling. All right. And one more, who's a dear friend already of mine, who's the new admissions director at New College, Bruce Abramson. Welcome, our distinguished guest.
Thank you. I'm Bruce Abramson. I moved here this summer from the Upper West Side of Manhattan.
It's great to have you.
Thank you.
We have a lot to do, as you know. Gene and Mindy, we know already. Okay, good. I think that's the best part, welcoming all of you. Please rise. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't need to do that. Don't rise. Page 28. Don't rise yet. I thought we were finished. Page 28. Tzadi Katamar Yifrach.
Tzadi
Katamar Yifrach. Keres Balabandon Iske Shetuli Bevet Adonai Echatrot Eloheinu Yafrihu Onyenuvun Beseva Beshenim Berananim Iyu Lehagi Yashar Adonai Suri Elo Avlata Bo. Page 29, and we just had a light go out.
Mood lighting for Shabbos.
All right. Well, we're in the dark now. מכל המים רבים
מדירים משברי עם עדים ומרואים אדוני עדותיך נאמנו מאוד לביתך נא בקודש אדוני לאורך ימים.
Mourners and those observing outside, rise now for the Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish, page 30, memory of our loved ones. Together, Yitgadal v'Yitgadash Shemei Rabbah, v'Yalmad Yivarach Yirutei, v'Yamlich Malchutei, v'Chayechon v'Yomechon, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה, ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו amen.
Amen.
Please be seated, everyone. Just a couple of words of Torah, our Torah portion. Shemot begins the reading of the book of Exodus. And as I mentioned about Shabbat, I mean, each of these subjects requires whole classes. And I, again, invite all of you to come on Tuesday and Wednesday morning. But just to give you an example of the kind of insights we can all gain from the Torah, from just a few beautiful verses in the Torah. First of all, we have this concept in our Jewish tradition called Yirat Shamayim, which means it's badly translated as the fear of heaven, but it really means a respect or an awe of heaven. And it comes from the incident of two non-Israelite midwives, the end of the first chapter of the book of Exodus, in which Shifra and Puah refused to engage in the diabolical murderous scheme to murder all the firstborn male Israelites. They refused to do so, even at the sacrifice, perhaps, of their own lives. They defied the orders of the Pharaoh. And the reason it's given in the Torah is that they feared God, Yirat Elohim. They feared God. Doesn't mean they were afraid of God. They certainly weren't afraid of Pharaoh, no matter what his decree was. But they had, their only fear was not doing what God wanted them to do, save lives. Those 28,000 righteous Gentiles who saved Jews during the Shoah, righteous Gentiles because they had a fear of heaven rather than a fear of doing wrong by God rather than a fear of the Nazi regime. And those are the people, our Torah teaches us, who really give us a light and understanding. Is the most important thing we have, is to have that understanding everywhere we go, not to be influenced by the social media. We're going to be talking about this more tomorrow morning. Not to be a part of the crowd, being part of the crowd, but to always have that understanding that the most important thing in our lives is to be true to God's commandments. It's called Yirat Shamayim. That's why do you think we're so adamant about wearing a kippah in the synagogue? It's all about, what's it called in Yiddish? A yarmulke, right? It comes from the Hebrew word Yirat Melech, to have awe of the King. The King of Kings is, of course, God. We wear a kippah in order to remind us that wherever we go, we're reminded of God's commandments, and to always hear that voice, because that voice helps us understand what we need to do. And I mention that especially today. You know, one of my heroes I've mentioned many times is Natan Sharansky, who wrote the book, Fear No Evil. He did not fear the KGB, the Soviet Union, their nuclear weaponry. He said, I only wanted to make sure I did right by the Creator. And he wrote a great book I recommend called Fear No Evil, Only Fear God. He has some beautiful chapters about that. And I think it's important to note that because we Jews are being, in a sense, assaulted by a lot of the world. All you have to do is look at the United Nations vote, Israel being called into the International Court by South Africa and whatnot, being accused of genocide. Well, we have to have Yirat Shamayim. The only thing Israel has to fear is doing wrong by its people and by God and doing what's right. And no force on earth has ever instructed the people, our people of Israel, the Jewish people, to do anything less. That's why we're alive. That's why we're strong, and that's why we will prevail, because of Yirat Shamayim. It's in the first chapter of Exodus. It's a beautiful lesson. And one more thing I want to add. I had one more thing, but I'm not going to bore you. Maybe at the dinner we'll talk about Moses' resume. But the other thing is this. Again, if you look at the text, Moses has constant problems. He leaves the palace of the Pharaoh, and what does he see? If those of you remember in the Torah, he sees the Egyptian taskmaster beating the Israelite slave. And he intervenes, and he ends up killing the Egyptian taskmaster, and then he runs away because he has to escape. What is the worst thing in Egypt is to kill somebody and not leave them buried. That's a whole different story from the Book of the Dead in Egypt. So Moses intervenes when it comes to, and it's the turning point in his career, when he sees the oppression against his people. And then the second thing he sees when he's out, he sees an Israelite squabbling, fighting with another Israelite, Jew and Jew. And he intervenes. He says, stop the squabbling. You can't be fighting each other. And of course the Jew says, who are you to be the judge of all of us? So the second level of his intervention is internecine. It's Jew and Jew. First it's non-Jew against Jew. And then there's a third conflict for him, which is when he flees to Midian. He sees the shepherds of the Midianites fighting each other, non-Jew and non-Jew, and he intervenes and says, you can't do that, stop. So the rabbis were keen to know, what does this mean for us? There are three levels of our intervention in the world, but number one at the top of the list is when we see our own people being oppressed. As the rabbis taught, when you say Kaddish, you're saying Kaddish for someone in your family. It's personal. You can't say Kaddish for everybody else. You have to focus on your own personal matter. And so Moses is taught that the first obligation of every Jew is to be cognizant of the rise of anti-Semitism, of the assaults against Israel, against the terrorism and all that. It sets aside all other conflicts. And then, of course, our second level is we have to be very much aware of the fighting that occurs between Jew and Jew. It's a very awful thing, and we have to try to play the part of making peace between our different groupings, which has been a whole story in Israel the last months. And third, at the bottom of the list, which we are concerned about when we see that there's fighting that takes place anywhere in the world, in Sudan, or wherever there's a heart that's bleed, the Jewish people are always aware of that. But it's third on the list. And that's why Natan Sharansky writes so beautifully in his book that when we blow the shofar on Rosh Hashanah, we blow it from the smallest end, so it makes its noise on the outer end. And for those Jews who are concerned about animal rights and other rights around the world, but our own, they are trying to blow the shofar from the big end. They make no noise. And Elie Wiesel always taught the same thing. You have to be Jewish in order to have an impact on the rest of the world. And this is one of the great messages that we learned in our Torah reading this week, which we will read tomorrow morning. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. A little bit of Torah. It's a nice way to begin. Please rise for the call to worship on page 39A. Dark in here.
Baruchu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed.
Please be seated. Baruch atah Adonai. Shared b'varo mari v'arovim. Machali v'zmanim. Orei yom v'layla. Ma'avir yom v'layla. Ma'avir yom v'layla.
Umavir yom umei v'layla. מבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים. תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני,
ברוך שמו.
עמרי ברבים.
Amen. Ahavat Olam, page 40. Praise the gift of Torah.
אהבת עולם בין ישראל, עמך אהבתו, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ומצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, נגה יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני
שמו.
אוהב עמו ישראל.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha v'nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha. V'hayu הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשופך ובקומך, ושאתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Page 42, the Shema continues, V'hayam Shemoti Shemo Mitzvotai, V'natzati Mitzar Tzochem V'natzati Yosef, ישמרו לכם פן יפתה לבבכם וסרתם ועבדתם אלוהים אחרים השתחוויתם להם. ובאתם מרוב בארץ ובשבת שמתם בדברי אלה.
האדמה שנשבענו ללבטיכם ותלהם כי מהשמיים על הארץ.
למען יהיו ימיכם בניכם בשבתכם לשמיים על הארץ. ויאמר אדוני משה לאמור, והיה לכם הציתי וראיתם אותם ועשיתם אותם. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
אדוני אלוהיכם
אמת. Page 44.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לך אנו שירה בשמחה רבה ויאמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדע בקודש נורא תהילות אוסף אלה נורא תהילות אוסף אלה מלכותך ראו מניך בו כי הים לפני משה זני אנו מאמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד איי ניי 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 איי ניי 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 איי ניי 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 איי ניי 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 איי ניי 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 איי ניי 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 ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו החזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Amen. Our prayer for peace on page 45 with our thoughts especially on our people in Israel. Yearn for peace. Frost and the Scotch Lamecha. Asermina Oyev Dever, Becherev. Kiloman Granata, Schmortzetain, Uvoin Rayer, Yatabiad Olam. Baruch
לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני
Baruch Shemo
הבונה סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
Amen. Please rise. Page 46 for Shamru.
ושמרו בני
ישראל
את השבת לעשות את השבת
לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם אותי לעולם אותי לעולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. חסי קדיש יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ויעמד בחרותי וימליק מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך Ya'alam Olam Me'omaya Yiparach
וישתבח ויפאר ויתרומה ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שם דקודשה
בריחו
לעילה מנקום בחירתה ושירתה
תושבחה תעבדכם בצע ירן ביעמה
ויאמרו
Our silent tefillah, the Amidah for Shabbat Eve, page 47 through page 52. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach V'yagad V'yom Baruch Muvrach Tiladel Yom Baruch Ata Adonai. Shiva Ruach, what is God? אתה קדוש, אתה קדוש, אתה משמיע שמך, יכול לשמוע וארץ.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Asim Leolam Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Asim Leolam Ki ata umelech Adon לכל השלום, כי אתה הוא מלך אדון, לכל השלום, שלום רב ישראל, תשים לעולם לעולם, שלום רב ישראל עמך. Asim leolam.
Vayechulu Hashemayim, page 53.
ויכלו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות ברוך אתה אדוני
ברוך שמו
אלוהינו לאבותינו אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק, ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, קודש המים וארץ, מגן אבות
בדברו מחיים מתים במאמרו, האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו, המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו, כי בם רצה להניח להם, כי בם רצה להניח להם, לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד, ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד, מעון הברכות. אל ההודעות, אדון השלום, מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי, ומניח בקדושה ועמדושה לעונג, זכר למעשה בראשית. אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, רצה ומנוחתנו, קדשנו במצוותיך, ותן חלקנו בתורתך. סביינו מטובך, ושמחנו בישועתך, וטהר ליבנו לעובדך באמת, וינחילנו אדוני אלוהינו מאהבה ורצון שבת קודשך, וינוחובה ישראל, מקדש שמך ברוך אתה אדוני, ברוך שמו,
מקדש השבת.
אמן. קדיש שלם.
יתגדל ויקדש שם אל הבא,
אמן.
ילמד יברכותי ומקמחותי בחייכות וימכונו חיים כל בית ישראל, בגלל מזמן קריב ימרו, אמן.
אמן. יש מרבה מברך.
לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח גדול ומה מן הסביב ותדע ותלווה ותלה שמי דקודש הבריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושבעתה תושבחת ונחמתה דמי על מעלמה ואמרו אמן. תקבל צלוטון ובאותון לכל ישראל כל דם ומועון וישמיה ואמרו אמן.
אמן.
יש למר משמיה וחיים עליהם וכל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
אמן.
עושה שלום ממרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו
Amen. We rise. The Kiddush.
Sabri חבריי.
Chaim.
Bigger l'chaim this time. Sabri חבריי.
Chaim.
Eden. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן.
אמן.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצבנו ושבת קודשו מאהבה וברצון הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום
תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי באנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני
מקדש השבת.
Amen. Wine at our tables to come. Well done. We remain standing for Aleinu on page 56. לתת גדולה יוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם בחלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומשה ויקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין דוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד אדוני אלוהינו לתקן עולם בחוץ שלה הבדלנה שרקנו ובשבתיו כי לך כתבו בלי כי המלכות שלך יהיה מבלוך בכבוד, כך כתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Please be seated, everyone. We pause to remember our loved ones. We note the passing of Rhonda Bogart Azire, the beloved sister of Shelley Goldklang. We also remember the yard sites this week. We wish Shelley, of course, and family nothing but our condolences. We remember the yard sites this week remembered the last days of Tevet, the first days of Shabbat, of Manya Gordon, Esther Band, Sadie Lillian Blitcher, Doris Lancer, Charles Dror, Dora Schutz, Morris Bernstein, Harry Levine, Lucy Berger, Bess Haynes, Shirley Goldfarb, Michael Lawrence Katz, Irene Krinsky, Betty Levinson, Louis Lieberbaum, Molly Mason, Bernice Pollen, Molly Barach, Nathan Barach, Sarah Garr, Harry Rudnick, Nathan Torup, Samuel Frum, Henry Shaw, Sheldon Silverstein, Charles Silverstein, Arthur Stern, Frida Goldstein, Jill Benderly Kraft, Reuben Weinberger, and Marvin Youngerman, all of blessed memory. And so those remembering yard sites and those in mourning, rise now with love and memory. Page 58, sanctifying love with the words of the Kaddish together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
Yalma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach elam l'omei maya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitromam v'yitnasei. V'yitada v'yitaleh v'yitala. Shmei dekudisha b'richu. V'ela min kol bechata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran b'yalma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be a blessing to all who remember. Our announcements, Cheryl, our sisterhood president, Cheryl Glickman.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom and welcome to all of you and any visitors that we have here tonight. I want to thank Rabbi Altshuler and Cantor Osterklein for your beautiful davening this evening. Our Bima baskets are sponsored this week by Ella and Rabbi Stuart Altshuler in honor of their 30th anniversary and the rabbi's renewal of his contract. Mazel tov.
Thank you.
Response to the Magen David Adam fundraiser has been amazing, but there's still more to be raised. There was supposed to be an event this Sunday, but it's been canceled, and there will be 4 separate different events in people's homes. You should have received an email about that. Please send, if you're interested in attending, Sheila Maslow is taking those reservations, and there should have been that information on the email that you got. We're also continuing, there are sponsorships and tickets available for the Choral Torah Collective, Saturday, January 20th. You can register online through our website for this fundraiser. There's a men's club breakfast on January 14th, and you can also register online, and you can still participate in Cantor Austerlein's Thursday class, Pop Culture of Prayer, which is on 1:30 on January 11th and 18th. Is it only? Okay, Zoom the 11th in person on the 18th. We have lots of other things going on. Please see the Shabbat handout for other additional information. And tonight's Oneg is sponsored by TBS. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. And our classes resume Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, 10:30, Jewish history, Jewish ethics. February 4 classes on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. with the St. Armand's Key Lutheran Church. There'll be 2 classes here, 2 classes there. More information to come as Reverend Blythe and I are preparing very special 4 weeks. So a lot to be happening. So Cantor, let's conclude, and then we'll proceed right to the dinner tables. We'll recite Shalom Aleichem and Kiddush, and proceed with our Shabbat dinner. So let's conclude with Yigdal.
Yigdal Elohim Chai
Yishtabah, page 62.
Eid El Mesiuto Echad V'Yin Yachid Ki Yichudo Ne'lam V'Gam Mitzof Le'achduto Ein Lo Tenut HaGuf V'Yein Lo Guf Lo Na'aroch Elav Kedushato Kadmon L'Kol Davar Asher Nivra Rishon V'Yein Reshit L'Reshito Hino Adon Olam V'Chol Notzar Yoreh Gedulato Malchuto Shef Nevuato Nitano Elanche Segulato V'Tifarto Lo Kam B'Yisrael Kemo She'od Navi Umabit Et Emunato Torat Emet Natan Li'Amoel Al Yad Nevi'on Neman Beito Lo Yachad Yifael V'Lo Yamir Dato Le'olamim V'Zulato Sofer V'Yodeyam Sitarenu Mabit V'Sof Davar B'Kalmato Gomer Yis Chesed Kemifalo Notin Rashara Kerishato Yishak V'Geit Shamim Meshichenu Bifnom Echad Keketz Yeshuato Meitim Yechayel Ve'Roch Aso Baruch Adeyad Shem Tehilato Meitim Yechayel Ve'Roch Aso Baruch Adeyad Shem Tehilato.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Dinner coming. Supposed to be in there.
I was just going to check. Tomorrow is fine. You okay with me?
Of course.
Okay. All right.
You really think you had to ask? Shabbat Sholom, Ben.
Okay.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. We did it.
I didn't want to surprise you.
Lunch and dinner on the same day with the president. Yeah, hi. Shabbat Shalom again.